Welcome back, Yankees. After the bloody battle that was Antietam, we are ready to try to rebuild and get ready for Fredericksburg and hopefully not repeat the same mistakes. The First Corps is still not built back up. I don't want to lose the experience by putting more fresh recruits in here because we already have some. We could put some more in, but we're going to wait. We do have the Second Corps ready to go. The Third Corps is ready to go. We put a new division under Winfield Scott Hancock there as well as after he came back. We're going to see how this goes. We're going to send the Second Corps out there. They are experienced. We have Harper's Ferries with a lot of them. I made melee perks with several, and they have the Springfields for better melee. We'll see how this works out. Hopefully we've learned from some lessons, so we're going for Iuka, where we are going to try to join elements of our forces in Tennessee that approach from north. And so we'll see what we can do. We're going to try to keep it under 3,200 loss. If not, that's not going to be good for rebuilding as we get closer to Fredericksburg. I think we have enough divisions and corps, so they have 9,000 men in 14 brigades, and we can only send 10 brigades out there, so we're only sending, okay, but that's 20,000, so we do have them outnumbered by quite a bit, but they're one-star brigades. You have to attack the rebels and clear the way. Okay, well, here we are. The goal is to hold the junction. So we have lots of men. We are going to get, I think the infantry is the way to go because we've seen what happens when they countercharge. We do have one cavalry. I'd like this set up. We're going to see how this goes. So this episode, we're going to take these small battles to build towards Fredericksburg, hopefully learning from mistakes that were made at Antietam, not repeat them, rebuild our army. We were able to after Shiloh, so I'm hopeful we can do the same here, but we'll find out. Remember, if you're enjoying the series and you haven't already, please make sure to not just like the video, but subscribe as well because that helps others find the channel. The channel will get recommended to more people, and more people can find it and enjoy this as well. And give me advice on how to do this a little bit better. So I do know Iuka is a real battle. Perryville I know was a real battle. That was what kind of sealed the fate. Braxton Bragg lost that battle, and Kentucky then became firmly in the North's grasp. Iuka I'm not as familiar with. Grant would have been in this theater of the war, though. So we know they have roughly 9,000 soldiers. Reconnaissance is maybe something we want to improve, but I think right now medicine and training are the two I want to focus on. We have to go over this open field, which is not ideal. Okay, we can slow it down a bit now that we're running into some men. We still need to get these cannon up. I did have on one, not in the Second Corps, not in any of these, I do have the horse perk. Again, I've learned from you guys. I've learned from mistakes. Okay, we're just going to go one line, and hopefully we have enough men to withstand it. All right. This should be, I hope, a clean charge at them. They are under fortifications here, though. But goodness, if they're going to let us just... Where's our cavalry? Hatch, you need to get up here. They don't have much up this way. They do have, again, they're all long, nice little entrenched positions. Got to give it to them there. Arnold can pound away at Herbert. They are 2 stars and a 1 star. We're going to get our own cavalry up here to try to eliminate their artillery before it does too much damage. But they have a brigade back here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 14 brigades, right? We'll see what happens. Let's move around again. Okay, so we got one to route. I think the pressure will be a little too much on these. Oh, good. Good news. That's what we want to see. Pushing back a 2-star. Let's take that junction. Man, this is such a welcome change of pace after the Antietam massive battle. These smaller ones were doing a little bit better, the major battles. We did well at 2nd Manassas. But man, Antietam was a nightmare. So this 1,300 men. Okay, Grant now being a major general. We did choose the melee perk with him. Get rid of that artillery. And the skirmishers. Hopefully. Ah, they're turning around. Good, we distracted them with the cavalry. Why are we not able to take out skirmishers? That's surprising to me. Okay, we got the other one to retreat. Move up. Let's take this junction. Well, I thought that was going to do the trick. Arnold, keep moving. Almost have them. Giving a breather to the 1st Corps as well. In the process of doing this, you know, now that the 3rd Corps is all 1-star, we might even give them a shot at Perryville. Let Reynolds get promoted that way, or get closer to being promoted, because I just cannot bring myself to put McClellan in charge of a corps. All right. I think we can take them now. They're lower in numbers and they're already wavering. There we go. Hatch is wounded. Leading the charge. We shattered one and we should shatter the other. And now we have flanking fire on Martin. Herbert tried, failed. Forno is wounded. I do want to give support to Foreman. We should be able to move on up. Now they are going to be flanked. The rear is flanked, so they're going to have to evacuate. This battle helps it make it look like I know what I'm doing as an officer again. And let's take that junction. Oh, get back out of there. All right, we got the junction. We are not gonna sacrifice troops. We're still trying to rebuild so much, so we'll just sit tight with where we're at. It's much, much nicer. Get into the woods, then you can rest. All right. Hoffman, well done. We could wipe out this whole little force. All right, let's speed this one up to the end. We did take out that whole force. Let's hopefully lost less than 3,000 men. That's the goal. I think we probably did. We could potentially capture a few more weapons, though, if we push forward. The artillery were fairly effective, especially when it came to breaking the morale, I believe. That helped us push them back. Do we have to see through this whole thing? Captured the junction. I was hoping to be one of those when we captured it and the confirmation timer ran out, it would end. But we'll just let this play out. Maybe we can just smash their whole force. Get our ammo up here. Do a little Jeb Stuart end around there. There we go. All right, victory. What do we? 1,800. Only 458 killed, 200 wounded. Wow, they did not. They had a lot of cavalry that was not used very well. 2 wounded, 1 promoted to colonel. All right, that's a successful little minor battle. Whew. We needed that. I think I'm going to go because we're coming up on Fredericksburg. We're going to lose a lot of men. The medicine's going to be a big part going into this. I think the next goal is just to max out the medicine. Then we'll go back, do one more with Army organization to increase it where we can have 5 brigades per division and we can add some skirmishers. But the Second Corps, well done, men. We have 4,600 veterans now that we can also put back into play, which will mainly be used for these guys because we need to try to keep them. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but let me rebuild and we'll jump into the Battle of Perryville. All right, we have our corps ready to go. First Corps is almost built back up. I did rename the Iron Brigade to the Steel Brigade. We've upgraded since we have the other Iron Brigade. We've got now some 2 and 3 stars. I'm trying to preserve the 2 stars. Grant's Corps is all 1 star. Reynolds is as well for a decent amount, but I am starting to upgrade then to 2,500 per brigade. I am going to send out Reynolds to go fight at Perryville, I believe. So this was one where the Confederates actually launched attacks and not even the whole Union Army was engaged in this fight. So hopefully being defensive. Yeah, so we're going to put the Third Corps out there. They have 17,000 men, though. We'll see. Defensively, I think this is a good one for experience. Around Widow Bottom's farm and wait for the advance. Okay. Hold your ground. All right, so we have to do what? Hold the crossroads. I have no idea where they're going to attack from. I'm hoping they come across this way. But I don't know. What do we have? I don't think we need Hodgson. Let's get some more artillery up here instead. So I'm going to assume that they're going to be coming along this river. So we need our men over here more so. All right. We'll see how this goes. This could be completely wrong. I don't know where they're going to be coming at us. We might play this one like we did that rendezvous, where we just see. All right, we'll find out soon. Because if they want to come at us over here, they are welcome to. We'll get Rosser up here. Fife. Okay, so they already have some skirmishers over here. Alright, slow it down. They are attacking us, that's true. So let's get our men. I don't know if they come from this side or not. That's the only problem. We will gladly just kind of sit tight here. Some artillery over there. Let's pull back some. Okay, let's speed it up again if all they're going to do is come at us. Okay, so here comes some men. We do have our artillery ready to go. They're not very close, though. Baldwin, pull back just slightly. Oh, are they going to hit us all over this way? Let's move Hines up here. Maybe we've got the wrong flank protected. No, I said that they're probably going to sweep him from this way. Baldwin could move over instead. Hines, you still stay out here. Actually, they have a lot of troops. They are starting to sweep around us, it looks like. Maybe that's the direction they come from. I sure hope so. Because if we're going to move everybody back and get hit the other way, that's not going to be good. They're in those trees. Fall back. We want them out of that tree line, if we can get them that way. All right. I think we've got a nice little ring here because we do have Pratt here that can open up fire on them. I'm only seeing, well, no, they have some 2-stars. They have several 2-star brigades. Hopefully we can push them back. This one was a 5,000 man reward for recruits from this battle, so I would expect we're going to take some blows. Reynolds, keep your men happy. We need to protect against those charges that we know will come. I think that's the spot we're going to hit with our artillery to try to turn their flank. DuBose is wounded. Speaking of turning the flank, let's just keep hidden. Okay, we have them wavering. Fife is about to unload into him. That should get them to leave, potentially. Third Corps cannot trade blows very easily with these guys. Wavering. Hines is moving into position nicely. I think that's going to work. I hope. No, let's keep on the open ground. Dubose is taking a bit of a beating. Okay, we got those guys to fall back. Now let's open up on the artillery. They don't have a ton of guns. So if we can get rid of that artillery, that would be a big boost to us before they come back. Aha. There we go. Oh, here's what we were afraid of. Wavering and wavering. Reynolds is here to rally. Well done, men. Here comes another. Barnes, where are you going? Alright, so we've almost got those men forced back. We just flanked their rear. Apparently it wasn't enough to deter that attack. Yep, these melees. This is what we were afraid of. And they are routing. Oh, they've got spears to... Wow. How does that happen? Okay, Spears is back with us now. Powell's retreating. Pratt held on. Okay. Spears is back. Barely. Barnes, you fill the gap. DeBose, come back. How are we doing up on this side? I think we're, well, I say we're doing okay, but we know how that works out. Let's get these guys closer. Pratt held that line for us. We have Brown caught. DeBose, you get ready. Spears can fire. What, 2 firing into their rear that will help break them, I hope. Flanking fire on these guys. Fife is picking them apart. I would do a flanking attack with Rosser, but I know at any moment they could decide to charge. The good news is they only have a few 2 stars, it looks like. Okay, I don't know what you're wasting your firepower on there, Pratt. Not the skirmishers, I hope. Okay, we got Manny to route and fall back. I don't know how Brown is staying alive. Let's try to put some artillery fire into the rear as well. Lost 12% of our forces. We have more than what they were estimated to start with, so that's good, and I think that means we're going to be able to hold on here because their forces up here are taking a beating. Okay, they're down to 13, 15. They should be able to stand with artillery behind them, so let's do a flanking run. Brown is still not wavering at all, despite being fired from the rear. That's disappointing. That's where all... Well, no, we do have some better guns than some that aren't that great. Looks like shattered some skirmishers. They're not going anywhere, so we'll take it. Pratt's pounding away at them. I'm just waiting as the clock ticks down. I'm waiting for this group over here to launch right into us again. So actually, we're going to move the bows a little bit closer. Hines is not doing too much, but he's not getting hit as badly as he could be, thanks to the woods. Fife's doing really well, just nipping away at Stewart. Denison's been doing the same. Good experience for the 3rd Corps. The artillery has done phenomenal for us. Okay, they're finally wavering. If we can get them to fall back, that'll be a big help. Okay, I want to get Scott. Wavering. Okay, start hitting Jones. Let's move into the trees. See if we can get Scott out of the way there. If I would have known they were attacking from there to begin with, this line right here would have been nice, compact. They come over open ground. We're in the tree line here, but all open ground, they'd have to come at us. That would have been where I would have chosen to set up. We gotta get rid of Scott before we can put on flanking fire into Stewart. Hines is just getting shredded, but it's keeping them busy and keeping Brown from being too strong to be able to put up a charge, I hope. I don't see Stewart being an issue. Donaldson and Manny, the only thing that's going to help is Latimer and Barnes back there are going to keep them at bay. I think Pratt is doing a good job over here. We're going to hit the 1200 again, even though they are weak, wavering. They are the strongest threat. If these guys mount a charge, we'll use our canister fire. Okay, let's move a little bit closer to get those skirmishers. Rosser's not doing as well as we like, but it's making Stewart turn to allow Ayers and Fife to continue flanking fire on him. Not a whole lot of damage being done. That's because these guys are not that experienced. Okay, victory was achieved. 4,600. They actually took less than us, which is kind of how Perryville was in real life. And it was about even, but it ended up Bragg was the one in charge, and he said that, you know, it was a victory, but technically they never mounted anything in Kentucky again. No deceased. That's good. No generals. Do have some new colonels. So we captured some Lorenz, and yeah, nothing amazing here. Clean victory. We get our troops, more than we lost. We get to increase our medicine again. Yeah, that's going to be something we're going to need after this next battle. So we've got the devil, so little bitty bits. We're not going to be able to really improve them, I don't think. We're going to try to protect them. We're going to increase. We're going to restock here. Hopefully everything goes well with that. And then we will be heading into the Battle of Fredericksburg. Let's see what we have going into this. We have 3 waves, 93,000, but that 2,500 I know is just like Barksdale's men in the actual city. I don't know what they'll have out here. I do like that number's bigger than Antietam, though. And it's going to get slightly larger as we put reinforcements in. We're going to approach 100,000 because we have 4,800 veterans as well. So if we have the money, which we can bring in more money if we need to. So I want to thank you again for joining me on this one. And we are set up for the Battle of Fredericksburg, and we will see if I have learned any lessons since Antietam and can make something better happen. And if our men can withstand the counter charges that I'm sure are about to hit us. So I want to thank you again, and be sure to join me on the next one.